In my terror, I hefted my revolver and shot one. My bullet made flesh and blood blew from one's chest, dark and thick. Its companies did not react as the record thing gently crept in the dirt. They only continued to observe. Their silence somehow more menacing than a lion's roar. That evening, as I tried to sleep, I spied them beyond my window, their flat eyes glazing in the dark. I count one more of their number than before. Fear swarmed through my bones as I broke for the door. The forest I could hide until they could observe no more. In the fields, in the dead of night, I saw 10 pairs of white eyes. I fled from the place, hoping to finally meet peaceful respite, only to be greeted by a congregation of the ragged thing, staring directly into my soul. In that very moment, I knew they would not stop until they knew everything they wanted about me. I ran even further than I could ever remember, but I still saw them, observing. Not even their footsteps make noise when they walk to continue their observation. I continued to run, out of breath from how far I ran, and yet there was still more of the damn things. I brought back my revolver and I tried to shoot once again. Click, click, click. I realized that I had forgotten to bring any bullet with me after I left in panic. After shortly scrolling myself, I ran toward an old friend's house. He would know what to do. I said to myself, I ran toward the bridge that I knew his house was on the other side of. Before the worst way that plan could go reveal itself, they had blocked the bridge off themselves. I head to the first I heard the first and only noise they ever made in my knowledge of them. Since the incident, the smallest amount of static from the leader of the demon following me. In the panic that I followed, I fell in the river and swam across it. Even then, they show no emotion. I ran to where my friend lived, only to then remember he was out on a vacation. But he left me his truck's keys. He never used it anyway. I got into the truck and I tried to run over some of them. They disappeared and reappeared before I could kill one of them. I drove to the city. 2 hours later, I saw their number dwelling, so I knew some of them have given up, or had they waited for me to stop. I knew the police would be of no help, as I would get sent straight to the insane asylum if I tried to tell them the story. So I tried to go to the old hydro dam. I could hide there, I said to myself. After I left the city, I saw God know myself. Wait, no. After I left the city, I saw God know how many of them. Hydro was out of the window now. I went to Dust Bowl and found nothing waiting for me, but there was an officer out there. What bring you out here, sir? You wouldn't believe me, even if I told you. What do you? He cut himself with a gasp of terror, and I knew what he saw. I proceeded to say one word to him. "Dad!" I whispered it to him. We left Dust Bowl immediately afterward and left that damn continent. That is how scared we were of the Observers. I got married to a nice woman, had a family, and hoping to never see the Observer again. You know the rest of the story. But if you ever see a pale white eye, run. Then he pulled out his long, throbbing cock and said, "Senpai, I regret my life decision.